Well, we're back to the original studio and there's no time to waste. On today's episode of Technoid, we're going to talk about the new Apple lineup of Macs coming not at the end of the year, but next year reportedly, and also the main story, the iPhone SE4, because we have some updates you're probably going to want to hear about. So let's get right to it. So the first story, the main story of the day, the iPhone SE4. Now, ever since we've seen the renders from Jon Prosser, we have all been speculating about this phone for more and more, and also we've been hearing reports hinting at the possibility of when it's coming out, but we now have a few other reports from some reliable sources and also some updated information that you probably should know in regards to the iPhone SE4. According to Ross Young and according to others, we are hearing reports that Apple has not made any decisions on the display manufacturing of the iPhone SE4. It is reported that Apple has not made a decision either to go in on OLED technology or to go with LCD display panels. Now, according to the report, it seems from Ross, he claims that because of the high manufacturing cost of the OLED panels, and there right now is no way of Apple getting a lower cost OLED panel, it seems that they also want to kind of keep the cost down, but they don't also want to go back on older technology, because even though the current iPhone SEs have LCD displays, and we have seen the iPhone 11, the XR, all have the LCD displays, we've seen the negative backlash from everybody, and we've also seen a lot of the criticisms from people that have bought these phones with that type of technology. Now, you can make the argument that it is a cheaper device, but it seems that Apple does intend to want to make the whole lineup OLED, but they just haven't figured out a way around it. Well, they still haven't made a decision as to whether or not they are going to put OLED display or LCD, so things could change, and who knows, maybe they will use the body of the iPhone XR or the iPhone 11, but the panels will be displayed similar to the iPhone 11 Pro or iPhone XS or XS Max. Who knows at this point? We have no indication. We don't really have any kind of info to support this, but Ross Young claims that they still have plenty of time to make the decision, so I will update you guys if we hear that. Also, following up on the rumors, we are now hearing reports that the iPhone SE4 will not come out until 2024. Now, that is a very long release cycle for a cheap device. The main reason why is that it is significantly supposed to be in correlation to the EU agreement. There are reports saying that because originally it was intended to have a lightning connector, it is reported that it will now have to be forced to get the USB-C, because if they release this phone early and it still has lightning, they will face some heavy penalties and fines. But there has been no evidence to suggest that, but we do know that the EU does have fines in place if there are any devices that do not fall within this agreement. So it seems that Apple might just be pushing this just to kind of, comply with the agreement, as we've already heard they are going to agree with this agreement. And lastly, to round off the story, to finish off about the iPhone SE4, Apple will still continue to use Qualcomm chipsets in the iPhone SE and future iPhones going forward. So if you guys were worried about Apple switching up the modems with 5G, good news, they're still using Qualcomm. So reliability at its finest. So that's everything on the iPhone SE4. Comment your thoughts down below. What do you think of this? What do you think of Apple pushing this? And would you like to see OLED or LCD on a cheap model iPhone? And how can Apple get the cost down? Now, before we get to the last video, this is a perfect time to segue into our sponsor of the day. And Rogue Energy, ladies and gentlemen, has a brand new product coming soon. Check out the promotion. And last story, the final story, let's talk about the Mac lineup. Now, as you know, Apple has released a refresh of iPads, which thank goodness they didn't do a live event, but we've been hearing reports of brand new Macs and new things coming. And according to, once again, Mr. Mark Gurman, Mr. Gurman is in the news nowadays. I can't believe I just said that. But anyway, moving past that, he claims that this is not going to be any Macs coming. There is going to be no Macs coming at the end of the year, that all the products we've seen from Apple, that's it. We're not getting anything else, and even Apple has confirmed it that they are dead set on trying to sell more iPads this holiday season. Now, if you guys don't know, the iPad sales are down very, very bad, and it's because of one reason and one reason only. Nobody really has a update, or better yet, there is no reason for people to go out and buy a brand new iPad. A lot of people are just happy with the iPad that they have, and I can speak on this from I would say personal experience. I had the iPad Pro 2018 model. It took me a while before I finally said I'm gonna switch to the new M1 iPad Pro. Now the M2 chip comes out, and do I wanna switch to that? Absolutely not. The M1 iPad Pro is plenty of power for me and perfect what I need when I go to college and now going back for my master's. My mother's iPad is an iPad mini. It's a great mini tablet. It's a great secondary tablet to have to just pull around the house, watch videos, etc. So I think it just kind of bottles up everything that we're seeing, and it seems that Apple wants to focus on the marketing for the new iPads for the holidays by giving in some kind of incentive, and especially the cheaper iPad, which is semi not cheap but also kind of cheap. So it seems that this is exactly what we're getting. We're not going to see anything else after this point, and that's really all we can expect. But in 2023, we are reported to get something new, and that will be the new Macs either in March or reportedly January, which is very, very rare, but we'll see. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. Again, guys, a very short and basic, set to the point episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button to help circulate my views as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, have a good day, and peace.